Everybody brace for impact. Put on your seatbelts. It's the Above It All Show. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episodic installation of what I like to call the Above It All program. I'm here to do a show. I'm doing a program today, and we got Max the dog here. Hey, Max, how's it going? We got Max the dog here today on today's program, so everyone give a warm welcome to Max the dog. Max, you want to come up on the couch? Hold up. Max, you want to come up on the couch? Where are you? Oh, no, he doesn't want to. Oh, he's playing with what he got there. Oh, he's got something. Everybody, welcome to the program. And we're doing a show. Today is May in the Above It All extended universe. And during May, we do a show. And you're currently watching it. It is 1,828 shows. Does anyone remember when they started watching this bullshit? Does anyone remember what their special number is? I started watching the show in 1,507. Well, I started watching in 1,509. Or does anyone pay attention to this? I don't know. Welcome to the show, everybody. This is the Above It All live stream experiential, experimental, and experiential experience. Welcome to the show. I'm doing a program. I've got myself a cup here, a cup, coffee cup. So this is a new coffee cup. So there you go. No introduction necessary. I'm sorry, Mila and Letterhack, but the previous cup has been retired. We've moved on. So got a new cup. We're doing a show here today. Today is, well, I do a show, today. And I'm doing a show, today. This is a news program, everybody. This is a news program. And I guess, you know, if it's a news program, I guess I'll cover the news, I guess. I don't know. Max, what the fuck? What the hell? This dog, are you seeing him? What is he doing back there? I don't even know. What is he up to? What is this guy? Max, what the hell? Oh, gotta get that one. All right. So this is the Above It All news show. Oh, hey, Max, is that a tennis ball? Here, show the audience. He's nervous. He's shy. He doesn't want to show off his tennis ball. I think it's pretty cool. Max, you want to come on the couch? I've been hanging out with Max all morning. We've been kind of having a great time since I woke up. You know, got multiple play sessions, cuddle sessions going on right now. So Max the dog, huge shout out. But anyway, this is a new show. I decided to get really high before doing the show. I feel like it's been a while since I've done a show really high. And so I'm doing that today. Hey, sup! I've been watching since Ep 1827. Damn, that's a long time. Max, why are you under me? Why are you under... Max, what the fuck? This goddamn dog plays with tennis balls, and then they roll under the chair, and then, Max, just get the ball. There's nothing under here, you fucking moron. Oh, you already got it. Okay. Oh. All right. Be gay and do crime. Oh, wow. I don't know if you're allowed to say that on the internet. Holy shit. Whoa. I remember reading the story about how someone who was posting be gay, do crime memes got a visit from the FBI. That was something I read about a while. Not that I'm saying you should stop. I mean, I agree, for the record. But anyway, pretty funny stuff. But I agree. We got Glam Girl Adel. We got Uncle Motherfuck. We got Sinkwell. We got Fun P. We got Julie. We got Ty Lee. and more, including Mike K and Soul Ife and Brooke H and more coming up. Shit, you didn't mean to Fed pose. No, it's all good. Just teasing you. All right, we're doing a program today. This is the Above It All news show, so I guess we should get into the news. So, I'm going to give you a top 10 list real quick to introduce this news story. But what is this top 10 list? What are we talking about? I don't know. You know, you click on this video about something and you get this fucking bitch talking about top 10 list. Top 10 most useless motherfuckers on planet Earth. Number 7, Florida Democrats. So here's a video of Florida Democrats. They're playing some games. They're dancing around with the Florida GOP. The Florida GOP, of course, who basically just banned being trans in Florida. You're no longer allowed to go to the doctor if you are trans. You can't go to a school. You're no longer allowed to go to a bathroom if you are transgender. And the Florida Democrats, just going to throw this on B-roll. You don't need to listen to the audio. You know, this is the thing, you know, I know, this video, it's not, you know, there's nothing groundbreaking here, but this is just like exemplary of the, did I use that word right? Exemplary. This is an example of what I talk about when we talk about how politics is all bullshit, right? So any one of these Florida Democrats, right, that is out there dancing, you know, Debbie Wasserman Schultz seems to be having a great time. Just kidding, that's not her. But, again, like, it's just like, I know a lot of people, the argument on this one is let them have fun. But, like, I'm just thinking this, like, on the list of things that I consider fun, dancing with a bunch of neo-Nazis, I mean, okay, let's do this. Top 10 things I like to do to have fun. Drink coffee. That's fun. Play video games. Listen to music. Dance to music. Play with my dog. Watch movies. Do drugs. Do different kinds of drugs. Go on a walk in the park. You know, I wouldn't consider dancing with neo-Nazis to be on my list of things that I find entertaining. But again, this is why I can't, fundamentally speaking, I can't take these people seriously, right? And this, you know, this kind of video, you know, it applies to pretty much everything, right? Whenever you see these calls for decorum, whenever you see this, like, oh, we gotta be upright and proper kind of bullshit, right? Whenever you see this kind of stuff, it is proof that none of these people give a fuck about you. Once again, I talk a lot about on my show that politics is branding. None of these people give a fuck about anything. And this is both, by the way, the Republican side and the Democratic side. They don't give a fuck about anything. Literally nothing at all. They are completely blank slates, and the only thing they give a fuck is whatever's on the list of on the back of the check that they get from the people that fund their campaigns, right? So again, Florida, a state that is literally committing a genocide against the minority group, and the Democrats decided to join in a little dance session with the neo-Nazi party. So that's great. That's stuff I like to see, you know, when I wake up in the morning. So I thought I would share that with everybody else. You know, curse you, curse me. You ain't gonna curse me again unless I'm also cursing you at the same time. Or, you know, there's a phrase that's something like that. I don't know. We're doing a show today. We got Max the dog who's... Max, what the hell? So I got this fucking, this plushie, a cartoon character, an animation character, if you will, Pochita the dog from Chainsaw Man, and Max the dog immediately stole my toy. Max, I'm allowed to have a toy too. Look at this guy. Like, you can't see it, but it's on the floor. Max, you're just gonna leave him dead on the floor? You're just gonna leave him dead on the floor, Max? You're cruel. So anyway, my dog is stealing my toys, which is That's okay. I don't really mind, but still. Anyway, we got a show going on today. I'm doing a show. All right, so hear me out. Today is Thursday, and on Thursday we do a show. On Thursday, look at this dog. I'm sorry, but like, just whenever Max looks at me, I can't do it. Max, don't you have anything else to do? All right. God damn it. So doing a show today. Today is May, actually. Today is also Thursday. And I would like to once again remind everybody that I will not be here next week. I am doing an 8-day news fast. I'm not going to be logging into any social media. No Discord, no Twitter, no Facebook, not that I use it, no news websites. I'm not going to be using the internet in any fashion to deal with current events, politics, and news for 8 days. I'm taking a break. I'm going to be working on some other projects and also relaxing and watching cartoons. So that's what I consider a vacation. You know, some people, they're like, I'm going to go to Paris. I'm going to go to fucking Rio de Janeiro. I'm going to say, I'm going to go to my bed and watch fucking Naruto. That's what I'm going to do. But anyway, so anyway, I will not be here next week. And so feel free to join me. I mean, I feel like most people could use a news fast. You know, I don't want to say, you know, a lot of people say, well, don't read the news at all. It's bad for you. I think, yeah, we should be reading the news. We should be informed citizens. And that's something we should do, but literally every single day with no break. You know what I mean? So I don't know if y'all want to take a break with me, from news. You know, it's pretty simple. Just uninstall Twitter. Just don't open any of your news websites. And if you do it on accident, out of habit, it happens. It'll probably happen to me next week sometimes. You know, it's all good, but just try to limit it for a little bit, and get in touch with the things that matter. So, and by things that matter, I mean getting real high, laying on the bed, and watching cartoons, right? So that's what I think. Also, another thing I will be doing next week is I will be playing my own game, because why not? I released a new Doom modification. It's called Autophagy. You can check it out for all the Doomers out there. I will link it in here. It is finished. It is final. It will no longer receive updates. It is completed. And so if you'd like to play my video game experiences, that would be cool. Or you don't have to. It's also optional, but you should consider it. There you go. So check that out. Autophagy. You can find it on Doom World. So there you go. A shooting in Midtown Atlanta. Oh boy. Is it a mass shooting or just like a regular shooting? Got myself a cup. 1 dead, 4 injured. That's not bad. That's not bad. That's like a bronze medal. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. My bad. Thoughts and prayers, everybody. Amen. Jesus Christ. And Lord and the Holy Spirit. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, but like, I mean, yes, it is bad when people die in mass shootings, but, you know, I don't know what to say. She worked at the CDC. Was it like a targeted thing against the CDC, or is it just completely fucking random? Anyway. We need to have a conversation about school. The government loves to indoctrinate our kids in school. We know that. Now, what they're indoctrinating our kids, we can debate about it. Some people say that they're teaching them too much about black people being happy. Some people say they're teaching them too much about math. Some people say they're teaching them too much about slavery. Some people say they're teaching them too much about gay people being alive. But one thing we can all agree on, I think, in this country, left, right, center, forward, backward, whatever it is, up, down, ABA. But one thing we can agree on in this country is that school is not cool. In fact, it's lame. I remember going to school when I was a youngster, a youngin', not to be confused with a young kin. And no, that's not a xenogender. That is the governor of Virginia. But one thing I remember about going to school is that it was lame. It was totally bonkers. Some would even say it was whack, bro. And I knew that there was something I would rather do. And that is, of course, get a job. McDonald's franchise is fined for violating federal child labor laws. 3 Kentucky-based McDonald's franchises are accused of violating multiple child federal labor laws, the U.S. Department of Labor announced Wednesday morning. By the way, they're burying the lead with this headline. I just want to be very, this is a big, they took that lead, right? And they, went into, fucking, the Marianas Trench or whatever, and they fucking shoved that shit in a rock. They buried the fuck out of that lead with that headline, okay? Louisville-based Bauer Food, LLC, and Bell Restaurant Group, blah, 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 were fined, blah, blah, blah. The 3 franchises operate a total of 62 McDonald's locations across Kentucky, Indiana, Maryland, and Ohio. Investigators from the Labor Department's Wage and Hour Division found that altogether all 3 franchises employed 305 children to work more than the legally permitted hours and perform tasks prohibited by law for young workers. How young? How young? Guess. I want everyone to guess the age. I mean, I might if you read down. Don't read down yet, but guess, okay? During the investigation, it was discovered that Bauer Food, LLC, had employed 24 minors under the age of 16 to work more than legally permitted hours, including 2 10-year-old children who are employed at a McDonald's in Louisville. 2 10-year-old children. Imagine you're 10 years old, bro. What are you learning when you're 10 years old? What is that, 3rd grade? What are you learning? You're learning phonics or some shit? Fuck phonics, okay? Let's go down to the Mickey D's and get a job. Learn about the real world. 10-year-olds. Yo, just, 10-year-olds were born in 2013, by the way. Just throwing that one out there for everybody to enjoy. And they're already getting jobs. They grow up so fast. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Investigators discovered the 2 children were employed, but not paid. Oh, wow. That really, that makes the whole situation a little better. And were given responsibilities such as preparing and distributing food orders, cleaning the store, working at the drive-thru window, and operating a register. Investigators also learned that one of the 2 children was allowed to operate a deep fryer, a prohibited task for workers under 16 years old. Don't worry, everybody. We employed the 10-year-olds, but everything's fine. We didn't pay them. It's all good. What? Oh. Hi! Arcways Rickwood LLC allowed 242 minors between the ages of 14 and 15 to work beyond the allowable hours. Federal officials said in a prepared statement the investigation is also is part of an effort to stop child labor abuses in the region. Blah, blah, blah. 15-year-old minor injured while using a deep fryer in June of 2022. So what happens, by the way, when there's a pandemic? And well over 1 million people in this country die for no reason because the government abandoned them. The government rounded them up, essentially, and threw them in the volcano. Over 1 million, closer to 2 million people. And then the survivors of this genocidal event all pretend it never even happened. And that if it did happen, it was way in the past. It was a long time ago. A long time ago. If there ever was a pandemic, which a lot of people claim there isn't, or there wasn't. But if there was, it was a long time ago. Don't want to think about it. It's in the past. So when we have close to 2 million dead motherfuckers, and then all of a sudden, the survivors are like, hey, let's unionize. Let's get better wages. Let's take advantage. What do you expect these companies to do? Like, we had millions of people die. That's a huge chunk of the labor force. And then the rest of them are actually trying to get better wages. That leads them to 2 different categories. 1, children. 2, undocumented people. That is to say, what do those groups have in common? They can be taken advantage of by employers. So, that's cool. We're really doing a great job with our society. But don't worry, everybody. Don't revolt. Don't go out and protest, right? Don't do that. Go to McDonald's. Get yourself some French fries and go home and watch some Netflix. Because, hey, it's not worth worrying about. Don't protest. Don't run for office. No, none of that's shit. In fact, fuck McDonald's. Let's go get some Wendy's. Let's live a little. So anyway, there you go. So 10-year-olds working at McDonald's, folks. This is the Above It All show, brought to you by... Yeah, Max is somewhere else. He's like, thought he was behind me. Maxie, where the fuck are you? Oh, he's okay. Above It All show, brought to you by me. Doing a show today. So welcome. We got 47 people currently viewing the show. And yet, like, you know, I just see the same people chatting that I always see. So if you're a new user, come out and say hello. Above It All show, everybody. You were on Letterhack. Letterhack is doing all the good stuff. Everyone go subscribe to not just any Letterhack, just to be clear, everybody. Not just any, there's a bunch of imposters. We're talking about the motherfucker. The, are you listening? The Letterhack, go subscribe. And you can go see Tyler on there. And also I was on there a couple of weeks ago. But also, I'm doing a show. This is the Above It All show. YouTube just gave me a big blue thing. Now would be a good time to insert ads. Creators earn more money inserting ads the more viewers are watching. Give it a try. Well, all right, YouTube, I'll give it a try. And I can just pass this off as I'm playing an ad ironically, you know, so it's all good. So there you go. But we're doing a show, everybody. This is the Above It All show. I got a cup. It's a cup for coffee. So. Top 10 made up crises in United States history. Let's define, what do I mean when I say made up? Now, the effects of this crisis or these crises are real, but the problems are not real. What do I mean by that? It would be like, let's say I put a whoopee cushion on a chair. And then I sat on the chair. That's a made-up crisis. I'm the one who put the cushion there. You're listening to me? Does this make fucking sense to you? Okay. So, top 10 made-up American crises. Number 3, fentanyl. Everybody, as fentanyl deaths surge, some state lawmakers push back against harm reduction. So, I want to provide to you a metaphor. I've used this one before. Imagine your best friend. In fact, it doesn't need to be your best friend. Could be anybody. Could be a stranger. But let's just imagine it's your best friend just for today. Your best friend comes into your room with a plate of cookies. Oh boy! And even not only that, they got little M&Ms in the cookies. Like it's rainbow M&M cookies. Holy shit, right? Wow. What a great friend. So you reach out to try to grab a cookie. Your friend slaps your wrists, says, hold it. These cookies are poisoned. They're going to kill you. If you eat them, you're going to die within 5 minutes. But I got the antidote right here. So then you eat the cookie. Your friend or whoever gives you the antidote. And then you don't take it. You just get poisoned. You start foaming at the mouth. You keel over and you hit the ground screaming, right? That is America when it comes to the war on drugs. We created a fake crisis. Well, I mean, it's a very real crisis and how it affects people. My point when I say it's fake is that it was created. The overdose drug problem in this country was created by the government. They created the problem. And the solution, we already have a solution. Everywhere it's ever been implemented, we're talking in this context about things like legalization, regulation of drugs, safe injection sites, that kind of stuff. Everywhere that these ideas have been implemented, the metrics that these politicians claim to care about, like death, disease, disability that is caused by drug use, in every single location, not just in the country, in states like Oregon, but in the world, like Portugal, everywhere where these policies have been implemented, drug, death, disease, and disability has gone down. It has gone down. It is reduced. So again, it is a verified, bona fide solution. Now, is it a permanent solution? Does it solve every problem? No. But it's where we start. It's the starting point. Now imagine you're in a race. And like it's the 1970s and some guys got the revolver. I hope they don't do that anymore, right? Because there was like a study done that found out that like people shooting the revolver in the air or whatever to like start the race, like the bullets come down. Like some people died from that. But anyway, that's a whole... And then so they shoot the gun in the air. And then you just don't like, you just like, you know, everyone else starts running. You just decide, I'm going to take a nap. And then when you're taking a nap, you roll over. And then, like, you actually, like, go backwards because you're just rolling. I don't know why you're rolling. Anyway, let's read this article. Fentanyl overdoses have emerged as the leading cause of death for young Americans 18 to 45. Now, I also want to say this is from the NPR. NPR is a very liberal outlet. These people are really out of touch. There's no such thing as a fentanyl overdose. It doesn't exist. It's not real. Now, in this one, when I say it's not real, I mean quite literally. It is nobody, 0 people. All right, okay, I'll be honest, I'll be fair. Maybe some small fraction of people. But as far as the total group of what we're referring to here, fentanyl overdoses do not exist because people are not using fentanyl. They are not dosing fentanyl. The problem is fentanyl poisoning because people are buying things like heroin, methamphetamine. They're buying cocaine, crack. In some places, they're buying marijuana. And drug dealers are either cutting their products with fentanyl to save money because fentanyl is cheap, or they're adding fentanyl to things like marijuana, which, what? Right? Just to get people addicted to their specific version. So again, I'll stipulate some people, okay? Some people maybe are intentionally dosing fentanyl, right? But nobody is going out there and dosing fentanyl. They're buying other drugs and then getting poisoned. It would be like if I were buying a Coca-Cola and they, left some cyanide in there and I died, okay? That wouldn't be a cyanide overdose. That would be a cyanide poisoning, okay? Just to be very clear. So whenever you see the word overdose used in this context, these are people that are completely detached from the drug world, okay? They don't know anybody that uses drugs, and if they do, they've never bothered to learn about it, right? They're just going to be someone that sits on the sidelines and is judgmental, okay? If you don't know this basic fact that there's no such thing as fentanyl overdoses, it's a poisoning, you are completely detached from this whole entire universe, and therefore you shouldn't even be talking about it in any sort of authoritarian way. When I say authoritarian, I just mean in a sense of authority. Like, this isn't the press. This person on NPR should know better. They should hire someone that would know correct language and ways to talk about things. You might think it's a small thing, but it's not, because it leads to a lot of misconceptions. Anyway, with that out of the way, this week, lawmakers in Pennsylvania State Senate voted heavily in favor of a ban on supervised drug injection sites, with 22 Democrats supporting the measure. It hasn't yet been approved by the State House. Quote, "My constituents do not want safe injection sites in the neighborhood," said Philadelphia Democratic Senator Christine Talalua. The bill's sponsor represents a part of the city where illegal drug use is a major public health crisis. So where drug use is at an all-time high, the antidote is right on the table. It's right there. Think about the language. My constituents do not want safe injection sites. What does that mean? Obviously, given these statistics, there are a lot of unsafe injection sites, and people are dying. What is an unsafe injection site? I don't know. In an alleyway? On the street? In a parking lot? In an abandoned building? Right? That's just to say, not very clean, right? And oftentimes, if you're using needles, you don't have like the alcohol wipe. You're going to have a lot of shit on your skin. Bacteria, virus, right? So again, what they want, what this person, this Democrat, by the way, not Republican, Democrat, by the way, says, I want unsafe injection sites. I want people in my I want my constituents to die. That's what she is saying. But because our country is fucking stupid and Americans are dumber than dog shit, we're not going to talk about it in those terms. Instead, we're going to use euphemistic language, coded language. No, we don't want safe injection sites. Well, what is that? What is the other option? Unsafe injection sites. What happens at an unsafe injection site? People die. So what she is saying is she wants her constituents to die. A Democrat, by the way. Again, a Democrat. That's how deep the war on drugs, brain rot, and prejudice has gotten in our society, where Democrats can advocate for drug users to die. They just use a little bit of coded language, and everyone's too dumb to fucking even give a shit about it. Similar clinics operate in New York City and in cities across Canada. People use street drugs under medical supervision and are given help if they overdose. In many cases, they're also connected with health care services and counseling. Again, what this Democrat doesn't want is drug addicts to get help. She doesn't want that. She wants them to get hurt. She wants them to continue in a downward spiral, which, by the way, is not even something you should assume about a drug addict. There are plenty of people that are drug addicts that are completely fine, right? So again, just to be clear, she doesn't want people to get help. She prefers people to be struggling. She prefers people to be addicted. A Democrat, by the way, not a Republican, a Democrat. But the programs remain controversial. Quote, I think it enables addiction. She told Why, referring to safe injection sites, we should be in the business of giving these folks treatment. So what is a safe injection site? It is quite literally medical treatment. They watch over you. They supervise you. Right? They offer you an off-ramp. So she is literally a Democrat, by the way, is saying, my constituents don't want to fix the problem. What they really want to do is fix the problem. And is NPR going to talk about this? No, because NPR is nodding along, because prejudice and purposeful ignorance of drug culture is mainstream and encouraged in our society. People want you to look down on drug users and to not even think about any ways to solve their problems. Assuming, by the way, they do have problems, and not all drug users have these existential problems once again. But again, I really, this is insane shit, okay? I need you to really understand, when people in this country talk about drugs, they are fucking insane, okay? They are insane. They sound like Adolf Hitler when they're talking about motherfucking drugs in this country. We're talking about Democrats, Republicans, apolitical people, right? People that know someone that maybe has become unstable or lost their life because of drugs. It happens. Again, there's a lot of people that use drugs and you never even know about it, or they're totally fine. But there are some people who get way too addicted to drugs and things go really south, and maybe they become a bad person, or maybe they die of right. But people never really look into what caused that to begin with. All they do is they have maybe they'll have a negative experience and they judge that person. They become judgmental. That's what we're taught in society, to judge people if they're addicted to drugs. By the way, there's a large percentage of this country that's addicted to sugar. Last time I checked, about 80+% of Americans are addicted to sugar. So what if we treated sugar addicts, or, hey, coffee addicts? I drink coffee every day. Plenty of Americans drink coffee every day. What if we treated coffee addicts the same way we treated cocaine addicts? Right? So again, it's arbitrary, it's prejudicial, it's garbage, but that's mainstream, because Americans are stupid little fuckers and they only care about themselves. A record 1,276 people died of drug overdoses in Philadelphia in 2021. The latest year data is available. Drug deaths nationwide now regularly top 100,000 fatalities per year. A nonprofit group called Safe House has been negotiating with the U.S. Justice Department, hoping to open supervised injection clinics in Philadelphia. If this measure is approved and signed into law by Pennsylvania's Democratic Governor Josh Shapiro, who has signaled disapproval of supervised drug use sites, it could permanently derail. The Democratic leader of Pennsylvania, again, Democrat, which is weird, because I know John Fetterman, who's the senator from Pennsylvania, is actually really good on drug issues, so he needs to get his ass back to Pennsylvania and fix that mess. He leaves for a fucking couple months, and now this shit is happening. Wait, again, you can read more of this, but we need to understand that when it comes to drugs, Democrats are pretty much Adolf Hitler. So are Republicans, right? They don't want to help you if you are addicted to drugs. They want to cause you to become addicted to drugs by shoving them in your face 24/7, right? In culture, in media, talking about how bad they are. They're bad, they're so bad. Woo, they're bad, woo! They want to bait you into it, and then they want to leave you in the cage to suffer and die, because these people are fucking freaks. They're fucking freaks, okay? Democrats and Republicans, anyone that talks about drugs or drug users the way these people do is a fucked up, genocidal, fascist freak. In, at least, you could say, if you want to be fair, in that narrow context. So, there you go. I got a new member. Holy fuck. We got Donald James and Brooke, who renewed their memberships. And we got Agnes T, who became a membership. Welcome, Agnes T, who is not only cool, but very cool, which is fascinating to bear witness to such a thing. My cousin started doing drugs after his dad passed away, and my family just called him a lost cause instead of keeping him close to the family. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I have been in familial situations like that, like as a kid, you know, and that's where they get you. That's like the insidious. That's grooming, right? To be a child and be told this person that you don't even really know, but you know that they're a family member, they're getting sick and we're not going to get them help, right? Like, and then again, that's how the prejudice as an adult, you're like, oh yeah, drug addicts, fuck them, throw them away, they're leeches, all they're going to do is come and ask for money. And yeah, there can be a point where, like, let's say over 15 years, an extended period of time, that every time they have, you know, there's a limit. There should always be a limit, in my opinion, right? You know, no one should be forced to deal with somebody who's just absolutely reckless. But the idea is people don't even try. And that's the problem. You know, like, yeah, if someone's been a piece of shit for like 40 years, maybe fuck them, right? You know, if someone tried to kill you in some way, maybe, you know, there can be a limit. You know, you don't have to just blindly encourage and enable people's bad behavior. But again, it's just, you know, it's just the prejudice that leads people to not even try, and it's sad. Can I roast Johnny's mum for a bit? I don't think I need to. It seems like just her living her daily life, it feels like she's roasting herself enough. So but anyway, I got another news story here. So we got to preface this one by saying that, let's be honest, nobody knows what the fuck's going on, right? So this news story, this one, you know, people are going to be talking about it. It's going to be one of those things. It's going to be one of those like culture war weirdo flashpoint things when it comes to war, that people are going to make claims about, where we all just have to start off by saying we don't know what the fuck's going on. So Russia claims the United States is behind the alleged Ukrainian drone attack on the Kremlin. Oh boy, folks, World War III, episode number 700, 500, 93, 9412, everybody. Both Kyiv and Washington strongly deny involvement in what Moscow said without citing evidence was an attempt to assassinate President Vladimir Putin. So again, no one knows anything, right? Could the United States or Ukraine have tried to assassinate Putin? Possibly. I could see it happening. Would they be correct in some way to do so? Maybe, depending on your position, right? Also, is it possible Vladimir Putin made the whole thing up and it's a false flag? Absolutely. He's done it before. And either way, if it's real or not, would U.S. and Ukrainian sources deny it? They would deny it no matter what. So really, let's be honest, nobody knows anything. Now, we can lean in some direction. I can lean in on saying I think it's more likely that Vladimir Putin is claiming a false flag attack. I think that is more likely, in my estimation, but ultimately no one knows anything. But again, you're going to see a lot of people go on the internet and do their song and dance about how the U.S. is starting World War III. The U.S., it's all Biden. Biden's starting World War III. Republicans are going, Biden's starting. Oh my God, they're starting World War. And again, they don't know anything. So Russia claimed Thursday that the United States was behind an alleged drone attack on the Kremlin. that it said was a Ukrainian attempt to assassinate Vladimir Putin. The accusation, made without citing any evidence, comes less than 24 hours after Moscow said that it had foiled an overnight drone strike on a building that is the heart of the country's government and Putin's residence. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov claimed Thursday that Washington had masterminded the incident. The U.S. swiftly rejected the accusation, saying it had nothing to do with it, as did Ukraine. Now, again, no matter what, they would deny it, right? So regardless, right, if they did do it, if they didn't do it, they're going to deny it either way. So the U.S. denying it is no data point. Nothing is gained from that piece of information, right? And let's look, once again, treat it like a math problem. Let's look at Vladimir Putin. What does he have to gain from making it a false flag? He has an excuse for escalation. The U.S. tried to assassinate me. That's a pretty fucking monster claim. You could totally say that this could be seen as a pretense for invading NATO or whatever. We could be having World War III. I'm planning on taking a fucking at-home vacation. We could be having nuclear bombs next week instead, right? So again, or not. I mean, again, nobody really knows anything about this. And that's the thing that's truly scary. And that's why you see a lot of people that are trying to sell you shit, right? That are trying to say, like, Russia did nothing wrong, the U.S. is always bad. And then you have people that also say, you know, the U.S. is handling this perfectly and they're doing everything they can and maybe we should assassinate Putin. Now, again, I think maybe Putin deserves to die. Sure, I have no problem saying that, but should we assassinate him? I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit of a high-risk situation, so I would not endorse that. But again, you see a lot of people that love to sell you shit on this war because, honestly, most Americans don't know what the fuck's going on. And so that means they're susceptible and they're gullible because Americans are sheep, right? So again, we don't really know what's going on. We could be dead next week. This could all be nothing. Who knows, right? And everything could keep going as it is. Could get worse. It could get better. I don't know, right? And I think anyone who's honest is telling you we don't really know what's going on, but this is possibly more likely. Like, I think it's more likely that Putin is doing a false flag, right? I think that's more likely. And I'm willing to debate someone who maybe doesn't think that that's the case, but like, so there's a lot of people that are going to try to sell you shit, but ultimately you need to understand we don't know. I don't even think I really need to like read the rest of this. I mean, it's not that important, but either way, there you go. World War III or not, we don't know. So just watch out and look into it yourself. That's really all I got to say. I'm not a genius. I'm not here to educate you. I mean, this is just a news show. As far as I'm concerned, I'm just being honest. I'm not a professional on the subject. But a lot of people are going to cover these subjects and say that they are, and that is problematic. Catching up on the chat here. Should Ukraine give up Donbass? I don't think so. But there's an argument that if they had some form of a guarantee, and then we have to discuss like what does a guarantee look like? How would we verify what a guarantee is? Because all the previous guarantees were violated. That's what caused this war in the first place, right? So you would need a guarantee that is more verifiable than any previous guarantee at the minimum. But if you had that kind of guarantee, that if you trade Donbass for the war to completely stop or whatever, is that something that they should consider? I don't know. I don't live there. I'm not going through a fucking hellfire just to get to work in the morning, right? So I can't, it's not my position. But my gut instinct is to say no, because I can't envision, from my understanding of the situation, that would lead to a permanent de-escalation. It might lead to a temporary de-escalation, but then they would probably just invade again in like fucking less than 5 years, right? So Well, anyway, that's the show for today, folks. I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to do a little bit of a longer show, because I am going to be taking Saturday through Saturday off. I'm going to be taking an 8-day break. So tomorrow, I'm probably going to do a little bit of a longer show. You know, just to give you something. Give you a little something. But, yeah. So, but if anyone has any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to post them now, or post them tomorrow. Q-cock, folks. Post your Q's. Post your cocks. Let me see it. Or tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going on an 8-day news fast. Gotta take a break. You know? And feel free to do the same. Feel free to join me or don't. You do whatever you want. I'm unsubscribing. It's a shame. Would I consider getting on TikTok? Yeah, I would consider it. Yes, I would consider it. Yes, absolutely. What movies will I be watching? I don't know. I don't have anything picked out specifically. Well, actually, I've been itching to rewatch some movies. I might rewatch some really good ones. Because I've been itching to like maybe watch The Shining again or something. Something in that territory. So maybe I'll say I'll plan on watching one of those kind of 10 out of 10 movies next week. I would get banned on TikTok. I might. It's totally possible. Well, I'm only taking a fucking week off, Courtney. Come on, I'm human. I need a break. And more. Holy shit, Tyler with the nuclear... Tyler just like... If Tyler was the fucking Russian president, we'd all be dead by now. Like, holy fuck. Jesus Christ. I can't even read that shit out loud. Holy fucking moly. But once again, folks, I made a video game. So, y'all should play my Doom levels over the week, over my vacation. That would be cool. Imagine if I got all my boomer news show audiences to play my video games. That would be sick. So check them out, y'all. Autophagy. Check it out. Mila, you are so late, it's not even fucking funny. Like, it would be kind of funny if, like, you showed up, like, 2 minutes, like, even 60 seconds ago. If you showed up, like, it would be kind of, but it's not even funny because it's already over. It's done. It's done. It's gone. It's over. It's done. Okay? Like, and it's so done, it's not even funny. Like, that's the thing. Like, I wish it was funny. You know me. I like to have a good laugh. I like to, you know, woo-hoo-hoo, ha-ha-ha, but it's not. I can't. I can't now. And that, I'm honestly offended. To be frank,